Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, this podcast shit is mine, motherfucker. The Kloss Show all fucking day. Fuck these other shows. This the one you all listen to. This the one you all listen to. This the one. Kloss gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. Kloss gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. This episode 19 of the motherfucking Kloss Show. Late as shit because I've been moving. I've been sick. I've had a fucking cold sore with this dumb shit. Look at this. I got dust on my mouth right now. This dirty fuck don't have my nice stand or nothing. It's all being moved. I'm living in a fucking boomer 55 and up community right now. Wait until my house is closed on. So that's why it's been late. And no apologies. I don't apologize for nothing. If you're watching the Kloss Show, you better know that you're going to hear some shit you don't want to and ain't gonna ever go your way. So, yeah, I had that intro there. That was R.I.P. DMX. We lost another good one. DMX brings you back to the days of 8th grade. Just thinking you're going to win a football game and you never do. And you're listening to DMX the whole way there. But we lost another guy. Actually, we'll stick to DMX for a minute. He fought. I listened to an interview with him a few years ago, and he could barely talk then, and he was talking. It was like 2016, and he's like, I've been battling. It's been a 35-year crack addiction. I've been fighting my crack addiction for 35 years, and I'm thinking to myself, at that point, you just gotta accept that you're a fucking crackhead. Like, if you've been smoking crack for 35 years, I think at that point, it's probably easier on the psyche if you just accept you're a crackhead and start calling it, instead of a crack addiction, call it a crack party. Don't call it an addiction, call it a party. You've been having a crack party for 35 years. It sounds way better. Anyway, another one that we lost, Prince Harry, whatever the fuck, the king's man's. R.I.P. He was a real inspiration to all sugar babies to come. He was the original sugar baby, having his wife work for him while he's sitting there fucking around all day in his stupid little uniforms, pretending to be in the military, fucking around while she pay the bills. Hell yeah. That's how it's done. Lead the way, king. Go off, king. R.I.P. and fly high, king. Well, prince, I guess. I don't know how that worked. You'd think if he was married to the queen, he'd be the king, but she was just demeaning him. She's like, no, you never get to be. I can't. She has that stupid fucking accent. Oh, you never get to be the king. I can't do this bitch British accents. You know what I'm talking about? This shit is terrible. If you watched any of that Sophie D porn, Sophie D sounds just like that queen over there. They got the same voice, like that dirty, grimy, nasty. Ugh, I hate fucking British voices. They make me cringe. What else we really got going on? Yeah, I'm living in a 55 and up community for the time being. Because I didn't know it was until afterwards. I just saw it was a good deal for Airbnb. All of a sudden I noticed everybody riding around in golf carts. And no one's younger than 60 years old. So that's pretty fun. I get to talk to the old peoples. Immediately when you start talking to one, they immediately start telling you war stories. It's like, oh, I was in Vietnam. And they just go into it, so. Kind of annoying, but whatever. It's alright. It was cheap. Oh, current events. What the hell do we got? Besides the two kings dying. R.I.P. Yeah, we got dead air already. We're right off the rip. Dead air. Well, fuck it, whatever. My notes are retarded, dude. I got all these new stickers and shit for my notepad. I'll show you. I actually wrote down on one of the stickers. Look how fucking stupid these stickers are. It's a Dollar Tree sticker. He even, look at him. He looked like he have a learning disability as a sticker. He a Dollar Tree sticker. Like, when he came out, like, you can't send him to Target. Get a Dollar Tree sticker. When I went to buy the stickers at Dollar Tree, there were like these two homeless dudes. They had a Walmart. There's a Walmart right next to it, so you get to really see the lowest of the low. when you're in the Dade City Walmart and Dollar Tree complex. So the dude, he's got a Walmart shopping cart with a TV in it. I'm like, how the hell would the guy get a TV? And he's trying to push it into the Dollar Tree, and the lady's like, you can't bring that in here, you can't. And he's like, and goes off, and his other buddy, it's two like homeless dudes, he walks in there, he starts saying all this craziness, and I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was obviously they were doing some kind of credit card, debit card fraud, because these dudes had the fattest wad of $10 bills I've ever seen a homeless man carry, ever. And I'm like, what? Where are they gonna plug that TV in anyway? Like, what are they gonna watch on it? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what's going on with that? You know, what do you got going on here? This is a shit start to the show. God, I should have really fleshed these topics out before I started. But whatever, this is the Kloss Show. If you're here for a smooth operation, you're at the wrong show, right off the rip. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I wonder, dude. They're probably just gonna take. This is probably what they're doing with the. I'm stupid if I think they gonna watch that TV, dude. They got somebody credit card. They ran it up in goods that they know they can bring to the pawn shop, turn in for cash, and get that meth fix they've been wanting all day. But they were pretty overweight, so they might have been more on the alcoholic side. They got that McDonald's and alcoholism going on. But they smelled like they were homeless. That's for sure. Oh my god, I really did not prepare shit for this. Oh, did you guys see they digitally rendered Jesus? Somebody took what he would actually look like. I don't know if it was his. Do they have his bones? I don't even, was he a real dude? Is it just bullshit? I don't know. But somehow they figured out what he looked like, I guess. And he did not look anything like they portrayed him when I was a kid. He did not have a six-pack. So, he must not have been doing his CrossFit exercises. He wasn't carrying the cross enough. Doing the CrossFit. Sorry. And he was like 5'4", too. He was like 5'4". He had no abs. Like, he was getting zero pussy. And that's why he was hooking up with that hooker. Mary the hooker. That he impregnated. And then they had the whole bullshit book about that really shitty Dan Brown book. I'm in a rocking chair. This is probably making everyone sick how I'm moving. That shitty Dan Brown book that they made into a shitty... What is that? Can you Google that, Deja? I got to Google her today. Can you Google, what is that shit? It's the something code about the Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code, that garbage. Tom Hanks. That's one of his worst movies. That's the most overrated shit of that year. What year did that come out? Fuck it, who cares? I just want to flex like I got somebody to Google for me like Joe Rogan. I need a fucking co-host one of these days.
2006.
2006? Yeah, that was the most overrated shit of 2006. I wrote down I had a request, one of my viewers. He's like, you haven't told a Tupper Lake tale in a minute. You haven't really got a Tupper Lake tale. All right, well, I got a Tupper Lake tale. There was, across the street from where I went to high school is where the school, the kids smoke cigarettes on school grounds. So they'd have to go across the street. That's where all the younger, the 12, 13-year-olds would smoke cigarettes. And I was in 9th grade homeroom. And I'll never forget when this one girl came in, and it was wintertime. And she come in, and she just 10 minutes into class, she just goes, ah! And a cloud of smoke comes out of her mouth. I was like, what? You're like 14 years old. How fucking hard is your life that you're already smoking? And who's buying it for you? What is it? Who's like, yeah, I'll buy these kids cigarettes? Like, at least it looks funny, dude. There's nothing that, like, you ever see that little fat kid smoking the cigarette. It's fucking hilarious. Kids smoking cigarettes is always funny looking. I feel like they should lift the age of cigarette smoking's off. Like they need to get rid of it. Let kids have cigarettes just for pure comedic value alone of me seeing little kids with cigarettes in their mouths. They should get rid of the age for that alone. And it's not like these kids are getting hopped up on cigarettes and stealing cars. You know what I mean? People fuck them up way worse with Adderall and Riddle, and that stuff's way crazier on a child than cigarettes. I got a buddy who was on Adderall and shit when he was a kid. His hands are only like this big. Like, his fingers are so short. They didn't grow at all. He's got the smallest hands you'll ever see on a man from that. Sorry if you're listening, bud. Oh my god, I feel like I'm burning through my 4 topics I wrote down. Oh yeah, that's coming up later, but that'll come up later. Recently, I guess we'll jump into it now so I don't forget. Recently, I watched the, you guys know my favorite rap duo, the City Girls, who is, there's a little treat, rap lyric of the week coming later, and I watched the City Girls documentary. It is 20 of the best minutes you guys could ever watch. I highly recommend. It's on the City Girls official YouTube channel. I would highly recommend it. You might have to turn the subtitles on, but it is the most ratchet shit of all time. There's one point, basically the premise is, so there's the 2 members of the City Girls is JT and Young Miami, is how the other one talks. And the premise is JT was going to prison. She had a prison sentence. And it starts with like 11 months till her sentence or whatever. 10 months till her sentence. And it just keeps showing like clips of her Facebook Live. And she's like, I ain't got nothing with you hating bitches. I ain't got no problem with the hating bitches. My beef with the government. My beef with the government. They trying to put me away, bitch. And there's a part, my favorite part in the whole thing is they're in a hair salon and they go full chicken head, dude. These girls go full chicken head mode where they're all just every sentence, they end every sentence are like, what are you looking at, bitch? I know, bitch. Don't call me a bitch. Why you call me a bitch if you don't want me, bitch? And it is, I love it. I'm a big fan. It is it is the American dream summed up. You know, there's a part where they pull up to the Section 8 house that her mom and kids is living in this brand new, like, G-Wagon, Bentley, Mercedes. I don't remember what brand it was, Land Rover, but it's pull up in the brand new thing, designer clothes on, and then they walk up to those caged doors in Section 8 housing. I'm like, why don't you upgrade your child's living situation before you buy vehicles or clothes? Why wouldn't you get, you could use that as a down payment on a nice 3-bedroom house or something, rather than living in Section 8. Christ. That's the American dream, though, dude. Have the government pay your rent while you drive around in a Bentley. Get that Section 8 in Bentley. And it's just like, dude, every Section 8 house I worked on, you go in and they all have the dopest shit, too. You're like, why do you have all leather furniture and, like, Jordans and they have the nicest shit. It makes you start questioning yourself, because in the ride, God, these people have the dopest rides, too. Like, the last one I went to, before I moved, they had a new convertible Camaro with the paper tags on it still, straight out the dealership. So they probably used their stimmy on that, but who gives a fuck? This is more government money, keeping it going. It's a stimulus. It's meant to stimulate the economy. Put it right back in. Spend that shit. It's the American dream, the perpetuating cycle of all that. You know what? If anything, people like that are probably the only ones really keeping the economy going, because no one who's smart is actually spending their money on that dumb shit. And spending is required for the economy to keep going. So I appreciate, my portfolio appreciates your wild spending, City Girls. Keep it up. I'm a big fan. Go ahead. What else we got on here? Well, we got 15 minutes in. I really thought gonna do much for that. God, I just keep looking at the sticker, and I'm like, this sticker literally looks like it would be like on the short bus. Like, God, fucking A. Fucking A. Yeah, well, this is the Kloss show. You're in for it. What the fuck did I even write that? Dude, I write them. My notes are absolute garbage half the time. I literally wrote, how far up your own ass do you have to be to like art, to be into art? Like, that's my note I wrote for myself. I'm never doing myself any favors with these notes. Like, okay, how far up? I guess it makes sense, dude. If someone's sitting there looking at a fucking $80,000 painting, it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, I can understand, especially with modern art. Like, that dude's still alive. He can still draw more shit. I can understand if it's a dead dude, and even then, still, it's like, oh, shit. So I would never pay 200 grand for something I could put my fist through immediately. Like, imagine having a canvas. Someone's like, oh, my painting, and you just right through it. That's it. Then that's 200 grand right down the fucking drain for an original Kodiak or whoever the hell paints. Pablo Picasso. People pay out the ass for Pablo Picasso's, and he didn't even draw any of that shit too. He had interns drawing it, and he just signed it, and people still pay for it. Fucking idiots. Oh, an original Picasso. All right. These. Oh my god. These are the same people that donate to politicians. They use them as tax write-offs too. Trump had a pretty good one where he basically. What was his line? I wish I had it pulled up. Maybe you could find it over there, Deja. But he said, like, if he needed a tax write-off, he just has somebody draw him a painting for $14 and has his art appraiser appraise it for $240,000, and then he donates it to that. So it's like, it's just a fucking joke. It's like the wine. It's just like wine. It's a joke where these people, I'm really tasting some hints of fecal matter in that one. Ooh, I really like hints of burgundy in this. And then you had that Asian dude. What was the name of... Can you look up that documentary we watched about the guy that fooled all the wine people? Remember we watched that one? Look that up. And basically this dude, he fooled everyone so good, dude. I feel like I talked about this on the Kloss show before, but fuck it. And I love it. I love seeing prissy people get what's coming to them when they're like, oh, you're telling me that the cheap wine is actually the same as the real wine? It's just different bottles? He would just take the bottles and he would just taste them and be like, yep, that Harbor Breeze and that Pinot Noir Noncion from 1800, exact same ingredients, exact same taste. And he would counterfeit the bottles. And just put like Harbor Breeze a fan. What's the shitty wine? Harbor something, right? Port something. You know what I'm talking about?
The documentary is called Sour Grapes.
Sour Grapes. Sour Grapes.
He's actually out of prison now.
He's out of prison, really?
Good behavior.
On good behavior. Well, I mean, he is a charismatic motherfucker. What is that shitty wine brand? Port. Not Barefoot, but it's always right there with it. Yeah, whatever. But he would just fucking put Barefoot wine in there, and he fooled everybody. I can't remember how they ended up figuring it out. I think it was because somebody started noticing the discrepancies in the labels. But it's like, it's the same people that are shocked when these celebrities that they fucking idolize get caught doing some illegal stuff. And they're like, oh, I never thought the man who gives me a fake name in his play and pretends to be different people in a movie would have ever did anything bad. What? Oh my god, I can't believe it. He was up to no good? The man who played Spider-Man was up to no good? Or whoever, I don't know if Spider-Man be doing nothing bad, but it's like these guys literally use fake names. If somebody came up to you and you met them and they gave you a fake name, if they're like, oh, my name's Derek Garage, and then later you went up to someone and you're like, oh, Derek Garage is a real cool dude, and they're like, who? You're like, that guy Derek, and like, that guy's name is Charlie. You would never trust another word that guy said ever in his life. But yet people listen to, like Charlie Sheen, his real name's Carlos Estevez. And like, I mean, I'm not saying people listen to his politics, but people like Meryl Streep. I don't think her real name Meryl Streep, and she'll get up there on the Oscars and start talking about politics. Who the fuck would listen to these people? God, that's another one. Oh my God, it just upsets me. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed off. I started doing this to have a good time, and now I'm fucking upset. I thought, you know what? Let's knock out a Kloss show. We haven't put one out in a minute, and now I've just upset myself. Fucking ridiculous. Oh my God, what do we got on here? Oh yeah, this is my favorite news story I saw the other day. Landlord evicts tenants for growing cannabis in his house and then takes over the operation. You can't hate on that. That's just a businessman doing business. Just a businessman doing business. He's just getting business done. Unfortunately, the law saw it otherwise and decided to fine the shit out of him or something. I don't know, but they're just mad because they didn't. They weren't. You know how the government is. They just weren't getting cut in on the pie, so that's why they gotta. If they're not getting theirs, they're gonna pretend that you were doing a bad thing, but really they just want your money. That's all they want. Oh, you were speeding? Oh, they don't care. They just want that paper. Cheddar makes it better for old Big Daddy Uncle Sam. He want to spend it. And God, they fucking waste money so much. Like, I feel like I just talked about this last week. Basically, the government and rappers. Those are the two that throw their money around. Like Floyd Mayweather and the government equally just fire money out left and right. And people are like, well, Floyd Mayweather's spending his money on strippers. Stimulus checks go to strippers too, motherfucker. I bet you Big Daddy gave way more money to strippers than Floyd Mayweather did last year. So, that's that's pretty good there. Oh, and so I'm buying a new house. Getting a new one. It's pink. I'm going to call it the pink house. Like, oh, you coming over to pink house? Because that sounds kind of like a brothel. You know what I mean? Like, the pink house. Like, if you saw that on Google Maps, if you're like, the pink house, you'd either think it was like a shitty Cosmo bar or a brothel. So, come on by the pink house. I like a lot of stuff about it, but one thing that pissed me right off is there's a fucking HOA. And with the market of today, they fucking chicken wing me into it. They chicken wing me into an HOA on this one. I couldn't find a house that didn't have one for a reasonable price. Oh my God, I fucking hate HOAs. I'm 100% running for the HOA board. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to act like I take it so serious too. And I'm running for that HOA board so I can start chipping away at it from within. I'm going to use some Donald Trump debate tactics too. Like when it's me and the other guy trying to go up there, it'd be like, all right, and the next one to speak is William Knight. Please come up here and tell us why you should be the one to be our next board member. Well, if I'm the next board member, I'm going to have a new sign commissioned, and we need a new sign, and that's why you should vote for me, and then I'll get up there. Or whatever the fuck they want, and be like, fucking, I remember what name I just used, William. Fucking Ugly William over there. He's a one-note pony. Oh, sign this, sign that, sign this. He just wants you to look at the sign so that you're not looking when he reaches his hand and skims off the till. That's all he's doing. And look into it. His brother-in-law owns a sign company. He's getting kickbacks. He's getting kickbacks off it. If you don't want corruption in your HOA, then you're going to want Kloss. Kloss stands for no corruption. He's a veteran. He's tough. He's hard on crime. And he's here to clean up your streets and raise your property values. And things like that. So, it's stupid. I don't know, dude. I fucking hate HOAs. They're literally, and if you look into them, they're pointless. Because it actually limits the amount your house can appreciate. It appreciates much slower than places that don't have HOAs. So when people try to use it protects your property value. That's bullshit. right off the rip. It's also Karens can come up and, I saw that you put a new boulder on the north-facing side of your lot. It's actually supposed to be on the south side, and you didn't get that approved, so I'm just giving you a warning fine, just a warning fine. It's only $400 of a warning fine, and it adds every day. It's another 100 till you get that big boulder moved, but it's just a warning fine. Oh my God, I fucking would. It'd take everything out of me not to hit a woman that day if some fucking Karen. I'd have to. Oh my God. At least Florida got stand your ground, so I could pretty much just blast her in my yard and say she was coming at me and get away with it. But it's like, God, why am I paying $24 a month just to get fucked over? Come on. This is retarded. This is the most un-American shit ever. Like, you can't do what you want on your own property. Where home fucking land of the free my ass. This is fucking communist Karen over here. This is bullshit. Who thought, oh, and I buy this. That'd be like if you bought a car and then you're like, all right, I'm going to paint it. And they're like, no, you can't. No, sorry. The highway law says, the highway OA, the HOA Highway Owners Association says you can't paint that car without our approval, and we just don't like you. No, you can't paint it. We want it to be. Drive that stupid silver piece of shit around. Oh man, I really burned through all those topics. Fuck. Damn, only 26 minutes in. Anything in the recent news over there, Daisha? Anything good that you can think of? Came up. Should have talked about the homeless guys at Dollar Tree a little more. Because I don't know. That shit was hilarious to me. Like, he comes and he's like, nah, we already talked about it. We won't. I don't know. I am so fucking interested.
Bernie Madoff, architect, the largest Ponzi scheme,
Bernie
died
Madoff.
at 82.
Oh, Bernie Madoff died. Oh, shit. Bernie Madoff ran the greatest scam of all time. You know, when did he get arrested? What year did he go to, did he go to prison?
$65 billion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He scammed everybody. I liked him because he scammed like billionaires. So I like when they pull that off. What year did he go to prison? Can you see that on there? Because he was an old man.
2020.
He went to prison
February 2020.
Really?
As for early release.
That's when he went in, or what got out? When did he go in? This was a while ago. It had to have been 2015 or something.
December 11, 2008 was arrested in his Manhattan penthouse.
2008, really? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good bit of time to spend in the can. I thought he was only in the can for like 4 years before he died. And I was going to say, it's almost worth it to live the billionaire life. If you're just a nobody and you're like, I could scam these billionaires, be a billionaire myself. It's almost worth it if you get a good 70 years in of that before they catch you. And then just the last year or so sucks being in prison, What do you think? What do you think, Deja? Would you trade the last year of your life being in prison for 70 years of billionaireness? Really? No, you'd rather? Yeah, I don't know. I think I would. Like, you gotta die in prison, but to be a billionaire for a while. Yeah. And for everyone that's like, why is Deja off camera? Yeah, I asked if you guys wanted me to have the Sugar Mama on, and you said you wanted a few more episodes beforehand, so the Sugar Mama's not coming on yet. We're going to have a few more episodes, and then we'll prepare some questions. Are you going to interview me, or am I going to interview you?
You can interview
I'm going to interview you. All right. I'll interview you.
About the Johnson vaccine.
Nah, I don't really like vaccine shit. That shit pisses me off. People with vaccines. What else we got? J&J vaccine. R.I.P. Bernie Madoff. I'm gonna put that one in the description. If you guys never read the descriptions, you're missing out, because I always put an R.I.P. to a legend in there. So check those out. Any other news, Deja? We're filling dead air here. Come on, we got dead air. It's a bunch of dead air. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. So when I was traveling down here, I love American Express, except for one thing. The American Express Platinum is the greatest credit card ever. But one thing is, when I was using my points to get a hotel room, and it was in Mobile, Alabama, which is the halfway point before I got here. And when I pull up, I go to the hotel, I had a room, and I called ahead of time. I said, do I have a room when I got there? Because it happened to me before, where I get there. And I go, and I'm like, here, I'm here to check into my place. And the way the guy said it made me even more mad. Because he goes, I don't have any more rooms. I don't have any rooms. I don't have a room for you. I'm out of rooms. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck are you talking like that? And what do you mean you don't have a room? I literally already paid for it. So that's some shit right there. That's that pisses me off. Like, I literally paid for the room already, and then they didn't give it to me. It's 1 a.m. I've been driving all fucking day. The movers took all fucking day, and they wouldn't let me leave until they were done so I could sign it. And they took literally till 4 p.m. So I didn't get to leave Arkansas driving till 4 p.m. Oh, yeah, we gotta bring that up. Yeah, good luck. Can't forget about that. Let me write that up here so I don't forget. Yeah, okay. That's a good one. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So then I just ended up having to... I'm like, well, fuck it. It's fucking... I'm looking for other vacancies, and now it's last minute, so they want you to pay out the ass, and I'm only going to sleep there till a couple hours because it's 2 a.m. I'm like, well, am I really going to pay $250 to sleep in a bed for... By the time I get up there, it's only going to be 4 hours. Fuck it. So I just pulled into a Walmart and... slept in there uncomfortably. I got a bunch of shit in the back seat, so I couldn't lean the seat all the way back. So I'm half upright, just trying to sleep, and my back's all cranked up, and fucking A. So fuck you, American Express, for that. You really fucked me there. I fucking tell everybody, oh, the American Express is Platinum's great. It pays for your Spotify. It pays for your fucking streaming services. Pay for your Uber, everything, but God, they fucked me. They did this to me before. I had to sleep in a car before in fucking Tunica, Mississippi, where machines go to die. Where the slot machines go to die. It's the fucking Vegas of the Southeast. If you've never been there, I'd highly recommend it. It's like this in the middle of nowhere. All of a sudden, they just got like 4 nice-ass casinos and 1 bootleg-ass casino. 1 or 2 bootleg-ass casinos in the middle of fucking nowhere. In a Waffle House. That's it. That's all the whole town has. So, yeah. So, Dave just plugged me into this one. I almost forgot this current event. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren is coming up. Oh, I hope Jake Paul wins because it will piss so many people off, and I love it when people are upset. I think it's so funny when people get pissed. I gotta stop rocking around. People are probably getting sick watching this. It'll be great, which I don't think he's gonna win because Ben Askren's got a fucking chin on him. People are like, you're gonna knock him out. Ben Askren only got knocked out once, and it was from a flying knee, which would literally knock out anybody. So, he's got a fucking chin on him. Punches, I've never done it, and those big boxing gloves, I don't think he's gonna get knocked out. And, he's got such a gas tank on him, too. I do see Ben Askren actually winning. Even though he's the underdog, weirdly enough, I looked up the Vegas odds. I was like, he's the underdog? I think he's just going to put the pressure on him hard and eventually kind of start to have him make... Because he's not very old. How old is Jake Paul? He's only like 23 or something. So he's really inexperienced and... 24? He's 24. So he's really inexperienced. So he could make a couple of mistakes in there. And he's only got, what, 2 or 3 fights? How many fights does he have? 3? He fought Nate Robinson. He fought, what the fuck's that other guy's name? Fuck it. Fought that other guy. Yeah, whatever. Dave's just pulling it up. But dude, I would be so funny if Jake Paul wins again because people were so upset last time. And his press conference was so cringe, too. It was so cringe. Where he's just sitting there playing on his phone. It was so bad. And, like, he's just literally upsetting everybody and being a total douche. So it made me want him to win even more. Because I'm like, oh, people. He only has 2 fights. Who's the other guy he fought?
KSI.
No, that's Logan Paul. Jake Paul.
I typed in Jake Paul.
Jake Paul didn't fight KSI. Did he win? Did he beat KSI?
It says he has 2 fights.
Beating KSI.
And Esenkiv. Oh, fucking hell.
I thought the other Paul fought KSI. I don't fucking know. Well, whatever. Who fucking cares? These people, my fans, people watching this probably, who fucking cares about these idiots? Why are you even giving them the time of day, Kloss? Because I hope they give me the time of day. Fucking post the Kloss show. I need that clout. I would, dude, if I met Logan Paul, I would suck up immediately if I could get a retweet out of him. Immediately. Oh my god. I'd fucking, I'd take it all the way down for that clout. I'm just kidding. You've heard it on the Kloss show before. I'll take that dick hard. I actually misspoke. On my last episode, somebody commented. I think I said something like, and I just started firing in dicks left and right or something like that, and somebody put a timestamp for it. They're like, you heard it from the man himself. I thought it was pretty good. That was a good one. I'm not sure who commented that. Which, that's the stuff we need on the Kloss show. We need more self-deprecation. Like, shit on me. Shit on the Kloss show. Let's go. Let's get this shit pumping. Let's get some likes, some comments. I really stretched this out a lot more than I did. But today I watched Ben Funky Askren's boxing video thing that he put out. And his footwork looked improved by 35 fucking times better than it used to. But he was lifting his plant foot a little too much on the cross, which might help him if he's still trying to keep pressure, because he can do a 1-2 and keep pushing forward then, but it's not going to give him any damage on it. And he couldn't run a cutoff or circle. Even the fat guy he was training with, I'm like, dude, you got to cut that circling off. But I don't know, it looked a lot better. He was bouncing around good, so we'll see. I think Funky Askren's gonna win, but I hope Jake Paul gonna win. I might put a bet on Ben Askren just so it's a win-win either way. If Jake Paul wins, I win, and if Ben Askren wins, I'll win like $20. So fuck it. We're 36 minutes into the Kloss show. If I ain't got nothing else written down, I'm gonna fucking call it here. Let's see. Oh yeah, if you guys know how the fuck I could promote this, let me know. I put it on Reddit a couple of times. I usually don't even like bothering with it, but I put it on Reddit, and I just am so fucking lazy. And right when I'm done talking, I just think, like, I just can't imagine going up to someone and telling them to tune into this retardation. Like, oh yeah, go listen to my podcast and listen to me make a fool of myself for a half hour every week, or however long I do it. I'm gonna try to start making more episodes, but maybe twice a week. I don't know. Once I get settled in the pad, a little bit easier. Oh, I got anything written down? Oh yeah. I got one written down here. This is a car sales story. I had a couple people said that we want to hear some of the when you were a car salesman. Tell some of the stories. So sometimes when I couldn't get customers done, meaning I couldn't get them approved on a loan, but they had a little bit of money, I would refer them to these like cash car dealers. And one dude, he had a bunch of. I found him on Facebook Marketplace. He was selling. He strictly sells decommissioned police cars, cop cars. And I called him up to see if I could get a little referral fee. Hitting him up, and I was like, "Hey, let me. If I send you some customers, can I get a referral?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll send you $50 a customer or whatever." He's like, "But you got to make sure they know that they clear on my policy. If the engine ain't done blowed up and the trannies ain't slippins, they better not call me back." And that is the best motto I had ever heard in the history of the car business. If the engine ain't done blowed up and your trannies ain't slippins, don't call me. I don't want to hear shit. If your door handle break off, if your mirror break, I don't care. I sell engines and transmissions. Which is pretty good. I didn't drag that one. That was barely even a story. That was more just an anecdote. Who?
Steve Irwin's.
Oh, Steve Irwin's thick daughter, yeah. She had a kid. Well, now she's ruined. You know, she's so old now. Bendy Irwin, she was thick for a white girl. Thick. She had a weird face, but it was kind of hot because it was weird. You're like, ooh, I could nut on that in a way. But now she's blown out. Had a kid. No good after that, huh, guys? You know what I'm saying? I doubt he was engineering it. He probably just told him what he wanted. But anyway. Anything else before I go ahead and give him the rap lyric of the week to seal it off?
High schoolers disciplined for slave trading games that they auction off classmates based on race.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a little, I don't know, that's a little touchy for the Kloss show. That's a little, here, you want to go ahead and say that out loud again for everybody to hear. Basically, it was some kids.
Texas high schoolers disciplined for slave trading game that they auction off classmates based on race. This was in Texas.
In Texas.
Student posted for $1, Chris, would be better if his hair wasn't so bad.
They sold the kid for $1 and they said he'd be worth more if he had better hair. Did they have the prices on there of who got sold for what? I bet you the hot girls sold for the most. Immediately trafficking women. So this school, if you couldn't hear Deja, basically they had a slave auction game the students were putting on. Some ninth graders, they were auctioning off the other kids. Who was bidding on them? The teachers? Who was bidding on these kids? Farmers? But basically, some of the kids one kid only got auctioned off for $1, and they're like, well, maybe if you had better hair, it'd be alright. Oh my god, dude, I'd buy it I don't know if I should say this. Oh man, it's so hard.
Also trending, this guy proposed to his fiance with 5 rings for her to pick one from. And people were saying that's the new standard.
Man, okay, Deja's news corner's a little lacking this week, but we'll come back. So basically, I guess I'm not even gonna cover that one. We're just gonna jump right into the rap lyric of the week and seal her down here. So we got another great rap lyric of the week from the previous mentioned City Girls. New designer bag, cars with paper tags. All these bitches mad, but they can kiss my ass. Long hair, don't care, when I walk by boys stare. He wanna fuck, but he gotta be a millionaire. Ain't no dick like millionaire dick.